right, I'm going to have you flip open to the back side of the back cover, the front side of the back cover, I guess, of your pink notes booklet. Some of you may have the LCM notes on here. If you have a little bit of room left on the bottom, that'd be a great spot to write the following notes that we're going to watch or that you're going to watch in this video. Otherwise, you may have a little bit of room down at the bottom of one of these 2 pages here that you can write these notes in. So up at the top, I want you to write tipping at a restaurant. You remember the beginning of when we started working with percent of a number, I told you that the most times that you're going to use this in real life are tipping at a restaurant for your waiter or waitress, and also shopping. And there's actually a really easy, cool trick to figuring out how much you should tip at a restaurant for your waiter or waitress, no matter what your bill total comes to. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a few example problems over here. So normally you tip 15% or 20% to your waiter or your waitress. Okay. Now, if you think about it, 15%, 20%, those aren't really the easiest of numbers to figure out or percents to work with. So I'm going to show you a trick that allows you to use an easier number and build up to 15 or 20%. All right. So your original bill, you go out to eat with your parents or your grandparents or some friends when you're older, and your original amount where your bill comes and it's, let's say, $25. Okay, $25 is your original total. Now you want to tip your waiter or your waitress. What I would do is find 10% of your total. So 10% of $25 would mean you are moving the decimal point one place to the left, or you're dividing by 10, or you're multiplying by 10%, which would be multiplied by 0.10. Okay, when I move my decimal point one to the left, I end up getting $2.50. So 10% of $25 is $2.50. Now, depending on if I want to tip 15% or 20%, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you 15% now. Now that you have 10%, you find half of this number because you only need another 5%, okay, to go from 10% to 15%. It has a difference of 5%. So that means 5% equals half of 10%. So I'm going to find half of this, which in this case would be $1.25. Okay, so now I'm going to add $1.25 to $2.50, and I get $3.75. So if I'm choosing to tip 15%, I would then add $3.75 onto my original amount, and I would get $28.75 as my new total. However, me being the not math brain person, a lot of the times it's a lot easier for me to just tip 20%. It's a little bit easier math. You don't have to find 10% and then find half of that and then add it on and then add it onto this. It's just saving you one more step. So I'm going to actually cross this off just really lightly here because now I kind of want you to ignore this part. So we found 10%. Okay, our original bill is $25. 10% of 25 is $2.50. When I want to tip 20%, imagine that this is a little bit of a double number line or a ratio table. What's your missing piece between 10% and 20%? It is times by 2. What you do on one side, you have to do on the other, times by 2. I would then multiply 250 times 2 to go from 10% to 20%, and you end up getting $5. Okay, so 20% tip for this bill is $5. Now I add original plus your 20% or your 15% tip together, and I end up getting $30 even. So now I know what my original total is, how much I'm going to tip my waiter or my waitress, and also what my new bill would be. So this would be my new total. You have a worksheet that you are going to be working on titled, What is the Tip? It is also is January 14th up at the top. You are going to be finding the you have the original amounts here for your bills, and then you're going to find the 10% of that, 20% of that, and then your new bill total. So let's work with one of these here. This, and this. So problem B, C, and D, you're going to have to do some rounding or just use your last two digits. So what I would do is just use the hundredths. And that little bit will make sense when we do a practice problem together. Okay, so let's do problem letter D together. That way you can do A, B, and C together. Actually, let's do C. You can do the other three on your own. So our total bill is $4.75. I'm going to find 10% of that total because I'm going to tip 20%. All right, so that means I'm going to move my decimal point 1 to the left, and I end up getting 47 cents. But now you're going, wait, you have 0.475 technically. What do I do with that 5? You can either round it up, okay? Because this is a 5, this should actually be an 8, 48 cents. You could also keep it at 47 cents. The 1 penny in this case is not going to make or break your tip, but this might be a little bit easier of math. Okay, so 10% would be 48 cents just because I rounded. Otherwise, it would be 47 cents. Okay, you see the difference between here and here? We moved it one place to the left. We added our 0 in there just to hold its place. All right, so now if I want to tip 20%, that means I'm going from 10 to 20, missing pieces 2. Multiply by 2, multiply by 2. Depending on which number you have or which you're keeping, whichever is easiest for you, does not matter. You're going to multiply that by 2. Now I'm going to do 0.47 times 2, and you were able to use your calculator. Right now I don't have mine offhand, so I'm just going to multiply it out quickly. 2 times 7 is 14. 2 times 8, or 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9, and I get 94 cents. Okay, so now my new 20% tip is 94 cents. Then, once I figure out what my 20% tip is, I'm going to add that to 475. 475 plus 0.94. That would give me 9, 16, $5.69 is my new total. Now, just a little bit of a backtrack. Some of you are probably thinking, all right, 475 plus 94 cents, that might not be the easiest of math. And if you notice, I had to sit there and think about, too, what that would be. A lot of the times, I will just round this up to $1. Because look how close 94 cents is to $1. That way you have 94 cents plus $1, or 475 plus $1, that's easy math, $5.75. Okay? If you wanted to have that as your answer also, you could. Otherwise, it's just easy math once you get to that point in your life where you're figuring out tip for a waiter or a waitress. All right, so your homework problems are A, B, and D. And then this will be due either if you're in class today or on your next in-person day if you are virtual today.